Hi, my name is Bekah. Welcome to my video series, Everyday English Every Day. This is our second video in this new conversation flow series that's meant to share information with native English speakers and also be a practice for real conversation flow, for following conversation, for those practicing and learning English. All right, so this is part 2 of what is tapping. In part 1, we talk about what tapping is and why we should tap. And now we're going to really get into how to tap, what the process is, and we're going to do a little practice tap together. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and give my videos a like. You can always ask me questions in the comments or just start conversation. I'd love to talk about tapping. I'd love to hear your experience. All right, so what we first need to do is we need to tap and talk about the negative as long as you feel the need. I usually do 3 rounds or so on the negative. So remember, in the first video, we came through and we got the issue that we want to work on, right? And we start off and we tell what the issue is, we acknowledge the problem, and then we accept ourselves for where we are in this moment. And then we have to really go into that negative. So we can go through the whole process, 2 or 3 times, focusing on that negative. And then you want to turn it around. You want to make it positive. So you're going to say things like, I choose to see this differently. Or maybe I ask for guidance and clarity on healing this, right? So if you're having a hard time, you don't really know what you want, that would be like kind of a generic one, right? Maybe I can, and say what the opposite would be, right? So it's giving you hope for change. When you focus the tapping approach on negative emotions and problems, the feelings tend to shift along with the thoughts. The idea is that you want these positive thoughts to kind of like start arising in your brain. So after you talk about this negative for a while, you start thinking to yourself kind of like, is that really what I think? Like, because you're hearing yourself saying this negative talk over and over, and you're like, man, that's what's going on in my head? Yeah, that sucks. I don't want that anymore. Maybe I should change that. And then you get into the positive. Tapping works on shifting stuck feelings and thinking in the body, right? The things that are ingrained, that are programmed into us. We need to change both emotions and thinking related to the issue. We can't just focus on one or the other, right? Getting the energy flowing gives us the ability to see new perspectives, right? So we're getting away from that resistance and we're moving into openness so we can make changes. All right, so let's tap a little together. Let's do a little practice, like a little demonstration, I guess we'll call it, right? Make this a little bigger. All right, so I think an underlining issue that many people could feel is that they're not good enough, okay? This is going to be a pretty vague one, okay? Because it's going to be general, just to kind of give you an idea of what this is. Now, it's up to you to figure out what you're not good enough to do, okay? So what's that related to for you? Is it, I'm not good enough to interview in English, to speak English? I'm not good enough to run a race in this time. I'm not good enough to be a good mother or a good parent or a good sister or brother. Okay, so it could be for many different things. I'm not good enough to be in a happy relationship, in a healthy relationship. So figure out what yours is and how does that make you feel? I'm not good enough to have financial success. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel unworthy. It makes me feel anxious. All right, so let's start. Even though I'm not good enough to, and it makes me feel, I love, honor, and accept myself in this moment. Even though I'm always thinking in my head, man, I'm just not good enough. Even though those negative ideas just come up into my head all the time, I have this negative self-talk that holds me back. Even though I feel I'm not good enough, I love, honor, and respect myself at all times. I get in my head that I'm not good enough to do something that I really want to do. And really, if I really want to do something, I just got to do it, right? So not being good enough holds me back. Feeling like I'm not good enough limits my life. These feelings of not being good enough don't allow me to reach my full potential. Even though I feel like I'm not good enough, I love, honor, and respect myself in this moment and in every moment. I have these ideas in my head that I'm just not good enough, that I can't accomplish the things I want to do. It's partly fear that holds me back, this fear of not being good enough. Makes me not even want to try sometimes. I guess I'm just scared that I'm not good enough, so why even try? That idea is super limiting and holds me back. I guess I'm afraid I won't succeed, so why should I even try? It's not worth doing things if I don't think I can succeed at them. I've had people tell me in the past I'm not good enough. When people tell you that kind of thing, you start believing it. I've thought in the past I'm not good enough. I programmed that idea into my subconscious. Not being good enough makes me be anxious, makes me feel uneasy and not able to be in control of my emotions. The idea of not being good enough makes me react negatively in situations. Being not good enough is negative, and I give off bad energy when I'm not good enough, when I think I'm not good enough. Bad energy is limiting and holds me back. It makes me sad, makes me feel depressed. When I'm anxious or sad or depressed, I don't want to do the things I love. I kind of want to retreat and just stay by myself and think about all the things I'm not good at. But that's pretty silly because that's not living. Really, if I love to do something, who cares how good I am at it? If I love doing something and it fills me up, then I should do it. Who do I have to be good enough for? Who's measuring if I'm good enough? Really, the only person that needs to measure this is me. And if I'm in control of my actions and my thoughts, and if I'm in control of my emotions, guess what? I'm good enough. Because I'm doing the best I can. I'm working on me. I'm taking the time to take care of myself. Because focusing on me and growing and expanding helps me feel like I'm good enough. Being good enough is related to doing the things I love, spending time with the people I love, separating myself from toxic relationships, And spending time with people with my mindset who think they're good enough too. I spend time with people who believe in themselves just as I believe in myself. I'm good enough to try anything. I can do hard things. I can learn, grow, and expand every day. Being good enough is something that has to happen inside of me. I'm going to focus on myself. I focus on myself so that I can grow and expand. I am good enough for myself. It doesn't matter what happened in the past or the future. Right now is all that's important. And I am here right now in mind, body, and soul. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. All right, guys. Now, we didn't rate the intensity in the beginning, but I really wanted you to just feel the process of going from acknowledging what's wrong and then taking it and putting a more positive spin on it. I never really know what I'm going to say when I do those. So I would love to hear your feedback and how you felt doing it. Is this something that you would like more of? Would you like to learn more about these? Would you like to hear some taps for different, more specific issues? So let me know with a message, okay? You can send me a message or write a comment, right? Either here on YouTube or with my email, okay? Be sure to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos that I've already posted, right? And also look for new videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. We're gonna start talking about taking ice baths and the healing code and some more tapping. So stay tuned for different ways we can help tap into our energy. All right, I hope to hear from you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.